There was an old man who lived where the river met the sand, where the sun baked stone and reed, and people called him the keeper of endings, because he did the work everyone needed, but no one liked to see. He learned the craft as a boy, how to quiet a body, how to slow shape in time so a person could cross what came after. His hands moved with soft, exact motions. He cleaned and set the dead with salt and linen. He mended tears in skin with careful stitches, and he wrapped each in strips of cloth so the world would remember them whole. He spoke little and watched the river more than people. His work was the law of the city's silence, dignified, steady, a task done to honor vow and name. When the sun fell and the village lamps came on, families came to him for the way he treated their beloved, trusting the old man to make what was broken into something that could travel. He thought of his work as a kind of prayer, slow, respectful, necessary. When the king died, the city turned loud with fear. The kingdom had known hard seasons. Harvests had failed, ships had come late, and many who would have served the dead were gone. The priests were away, tending distant shrines. There was an old custom. A royal burial should be kept company, so the king would not be alone on the road beyond. No one came forward. Rumors pushed people to anger and then to shame. The council called the old man and begged him to help. He told them he would do what he had always done, prepare the king with ceremony and care. But when they saw the king's empty halls and the silence in the palace rooms, the council's fear turned to cruelty. They said the law had meant someone must keep the king company. They pressed the point until the threat of chaos felt real. The people were exhausted with loss and wanted certainty more than mercy. In the end, they decided the old man, the keeper of endings, who knew how to make a body ready for what comes next, would be chosen. They bound him in the way they bound the dead, arms folded, linen laid, cords drawn tight. He protested in a voice that came out as a question. They told him this was law and duty, and the sound of their certainty hardened the room. He tried to remind them of mercy, of the promise between the living and the ones who care for endings, but his words fell into the heated air and were swallowed by fear. They prepared him with the same rituals he had done for others. Salt, silence, the cedar oils, the long strips of cloth. This time the ritual held his body while life still clung. He felt the strips close over his chest and throat, the slow, certain pressure of hands that had known him as the man who healed the dead. He shouted for help. His voice became small and raw. Those who tied the knots did not listen. Those who watched held their faces away. No surgeon's mercy, no priest's blessing soothed him. He thought of the river, of the names he had wrapped and set on their way. He thought of the faces that trusted him. His fear made his memories bright and sharp. When his breath finally left, it came without a name. The city sealed the king's tomb on the same day.